prospecting for success. And this is particularly when you meet somebody in public and it's somebody that maybe you didn't know before. Somebody that you meet that's like, oh, this is a good person. How would I prospect them? What would I say to this person to pique their interest in USANA? So this type of individual we call is the lukewarm market. Your warm market is your friends and family. They are warm to you. They know you. Your lukewarm market is somebody that you meet that you don't know, but you maybe talk to in public, and it's lukewarm. So how do you deal with that type of individual? That's what this training is all about. And I'm going to walk you through it step by step, what's helped me over the last 10 years become very successful at this and make this into a six-figure income, a full-time income. Okay, so this is it. First things to know. When you form your prospect first, they are going to start talking about themselves. Now, what does form mean? And some of you may have seen this before on our last week's webinar, but I'm just going to do this as a quick recap, and we're going to get into the new content. So I'm going to go with explain form. It's going to make your prospect like you more, and you will gain confidence. Okay. So form stands for F stands for family, O stands for occupation, R stands for recreation. So basically you're just talking to them about them, talking to them about their family, them about their occupation, and them about their recreation, what they like to do for fun. M is your message. Never give your message unless you've done one of those, first, F, O, or R. I usually like to do O, like what do you do for work? So let me give you a specific example. I don't want this to be complex. I want this to be very clear and simple. I want to start by saying you don't have to be good to get started, but you have to get started to become good. So if you don't have this perfect, don't worry about it. Start it. Keep doing it so that you can become good at it. Make it a habit to form the people that you meet every day. You will create opportunities and your message will become natural. So here we go. First thing, I want you to save this link. This is where the script is located. You can write this down, http://lukewarm.teamdsi.info. Now, when you go there, please hit refresh because the document has been updated. And for some reason, sometimes the old document will show up. And you need to hit refresh so that the new document refreshes and shows up, okay? So when you go to this link, you're going to see this cover page. And then I would like you to go to page 2. Now, obviously, right now, you don't need to do that because I have it all here on the video. But I'm going to explain it in detail. Let's zoom in. Always form your prospect. There it is. F stands for family, visiting with them about their family. O stands for occupation, asking them about their line of work. R is recreation, asking them what they would like to do for fun, or what they like to do for fun. And then M is your message. Okay, so this is exactly what I did today at P.F. Chang's restaurant. I was at lunch with my wife, my lovely, beautiful wife, Crystal, and we were eating, and our waitress was helping us out. And obviously, I know what she does for a living, so I didn't ask her that. But I said, "How long have you worked here?" So you see that? How long? She was like, "Oh, I've been here for 3 months," she said. And she said, "I just moved here from California." I'm like, "Oh, really?" And then I was able to ask her questions like, "Oh, what did you do in California?" And she managed restaurants in California. So I say, "Well, what do you like about working here?" And she's like, "Oh, I like that the wait staff is very motivated. There's not a lot of lazy people here. It's actually like really good people to work with." And then, "What do you dislike about it?" And she didn't really have anything that she disliked. Okay, and that was it. So I formed her. I didn't talk about USANA. I didn't talk about me or Crystal or anything about us. It was all about them. So then we're eating, no problem, didn't go into anything about us. And then at the very end, right after I paid and we were about to walk out, I went to this paragraph, and this is on page 2, and you just got to memorize this. And I basically said, Candace, her name's Candace. Candace, you mentioned that you like working with motivated people and you like helping people. I work for a company that's expanding all over the country right now, and I don't know if you have the skills of the kind of person that we're looking for, and I'm sure you're totally happy with your current job here, but let's exchange numbers and I can get you some more information. And then she was like, okay. And so she started to write down her number. And at that point, there's another part of the script that I didn't display here. I wish I did, but basically it was, when she's writing down her number, I also said, tell me, also write down the best time to call you tomorrow. So she wrote down the best time to call her tomorrow, which is before 3, anytime before 3. And then I said, okay, sounds good. I'll send you a text with my number. And that way you'll know that I'm calling, what number I'm calling you from. And that was it, basically. She actually asked, what is it? And that's another part on the script that's not displayed here on the video, but you will see it when you go to the script. And she said, well, what is it? And that's another thing you have to memorize. It's basically, I work with an international marketing firm that capitalizes on upcoming market trends. And right now we're very focused on wellness, but it really depends on the skills and qualities that you have. So I'd have to call you back to get you some more information. And she's like, oh, okay. So that, I don't always have to say that, but it's good to have that. You need to have these little paragraphs in your back pocket. So it's just 5 sentences to memorize, and here they are. You mentioned, and then repeat their likes and dislikes. Again, I didn't know her dislikes, so if you don't know what they dislike, then just use what they like. You don't need both, but just one. So I was basically like, Candace, you mentioned that you like you like working with motivated people. Okay, I work for a company that's expanding right now. I don't know if you have all the skills we're looking for, and I'm sure you're totally happy with your current job. But let's exchange numbers, and I'd be happy to get you some more information. So that's it. Memorize those 5 sentences, and now you can properly pique somebody's interest. And the reason why we don't talk about USANA here is because at the end of the day, your prospect doesn't know that you know about health. You may not have a degree in health or be a doctor, and they might be skeptical, and they might think you're one of those salespeople. So you have to do it this way so it's really about their goals. The first sentence is all about what Candace wants. And then all it is I work for a company that's expanding. I don't know if you have the skills we're looking for. That's like telling her, hey, Candace, I don't know if you're qualified. That means I'm not begging for you. Next one, I'm sure you're totally happy with your current job. That's psychological because she's probably not, but you can say, I'm sure you're totally happy. Let's exchange numbers. I'd be happy to get you some info. And then they're like, okay. So these 5 sentences, you just got to memorize, do whatever you can to get that done. Then be quiet and have them write down their number. I cannot tell you, most of the time I don't even have to tell them what it is, because those 5 sentences, when you say them, basically makes them write down their number. Okay, it's just all about your energy and your posture. Then I also want to say that the fortune is in the immediate follow-up. In other words, 24 hours. Like this phone number I got from Candace, it's like a piece of fruit. It's ripe. It's ripe for the picking. Tomorrow it's going to be at its ripest. And then if I wait another day, it's going to start to get old. And if I wait 3 days or 4 days, you can forget it. You can throw it in the trash. It's like a piece of fruit. You have to call them back within 24 hours of getting their number. Okay? 24 to 48 hours is best. Okay, so now we're getting into the new part of the training. I went through that again just to give you a refresher. But now the next part is I got their number, but what do I say when I call them back? Okay, so this is really, really key. And I've used this as my calling card constantly over the last 10 years. This is one of the reasons why I earn a professional level of income is this script I'm about to share with you. I got it from Danny Johnson. I want to give credit where credit is due. I have adapted this script for USANA because we needed it to do that. Okay, so let's go to page 3, and that's in the same document I gave you already at the same link. If you go to page 3, you're going to see this long script. Now I'm going to go through it step by step with you. Let's zoom in. Script for face-to-face conversation approach callback. Okay, do you see it there? The 2 stars says you should have already used the script for lukewarm market prospecting. Now you're calling them back using the script below. You have to set it up correctly. You needed to use those 5 sentences from before so that now they are expecting a call that's very professional. All right. Another script tip is smile when you're on the phone. You are not a salesperson. You are a business developer. If I could help, if there's one thing you learned from tonight, I want you to really make a connection that you are not a salesperson at this. You are not selling USANA. okay? You are a business developer for USANA, and you're just sorting for qualified people. You're not out there to beg people or push people and be a slick salesman. You're actually just there to sort and ask questions and give people, if they qualify for what you have, a chance, okay? And that's especially when you're meeting somebody in public. So let's go to the actual phone call, and I'm going to need a volunteer. So, Dad, I don't have ability to see who's on the webinar, but could you please have somebody, I need a volunteer, okay? So if you're on this webinar and you want to learn, here's your chance. Someone want to volunteer to be my prospect? We need a quick volunteer, please.
Catherine Lord.
Okay. Catherine, are you there?
What? You picked me?
Yes, I did. Congratulations.
I'm glad. I just walked in from walking the dog, and I'm looking for a volunteer. But okay, what can I do?
Okay, so Catherine, are you okay to do this really quickly, or
I'm not sure. Is this the you're doing the lukewarm market? No, the warm. Yeah, right. Lukewarm. Okay, I'll try it.
Okay, so Catherine, here's the deal. You are my prospect, okay?
Okay.
And I met you at your line of work. Tell me what your line of work is, Catherine.
I work in mental health.
You work in mental health, okay? And how long have you worked in mental health?
I have worked in mental health since 1998.
Since 1998, wow. Okay. And what do you like most about working in mental health?
I like helping people improve their lives.
Okay.
Helping them with their mental health and helping them be able to look at life differently than they looked at it when they first came in.
You like helping them look at life differently and helping them with their mental health. Got it. Is there anything you dislike about working in the mental health field?
Well, it's funny you should ask. Actually, yes. I hate the control.
Okay.
The control of my, employer.
Oh, okay. How your employer controls you or your clients or both?
Mostly how they control the work that I feel like I bend over backwards to be flexible and be there for the clients when they need me. And then it's like you need to go home at 4 o'clock. And if you go home at 4 o'clock, there's going to be a problem. And I'm like, so you want me to just walk away from whatever's going on at that time? This just happened today. In fact, that's why I'm saying, funny you should ask.
Okay. Now, Catherine, I hear a lot of background noise. Are you able to be in a quiet area for us to do this part?
I think I'll be. I think the dog was throwing a bone around, but I think he let the bone go. So he's okay.
Totally understand. So Catherine, you mentioned that you like helping people with their mental health and helping people change their lives, but you dislike all the control that your employer puts on you. I just want you to know I work for a company that's expanding all over the country right now. And I don't know if you have the skills of the kind of person that we're looking for. And I'm sure you're totally happy with your current job. But let's exchange numbers and I can get you some more information.
Okay. I'd love that.
Okay. So, Catherine, I've memorized 5 lines. These 5 lines, you mentioned, I listened to the things you told me. And then I told you, Catherine, I work for a company that's expanding. I don't know if you have the skills we're looking for, which is that makes me not sound desperate. Okay. That's why you have to say that.
Sure.
And then I'm sure you're totally happy with your current job, even though I know you're not. I'm saying that because it's psychological. It makes you want to basically hear from me. Okay.
Uh-huh.
But let's exchange numbers, Catherine, and I'd be happy to get you some more information. So then you write down your number. And then I'm going to say, what's the best time to call you tomorrow? So what time would that be, Catherine?
Probably after 6 p.m.
After 6. Okay. So I'm going to call you after 6. I'm going to text you right now with my number so you have it, so you know who's calling you tomorrow after 6.
Okay.
Okay. So that's how I approach a situation. I will do that process, Catherine, every single day, everywhere I go. I did it today at PF Chang's for my birthday with my wife. And
Happy birthday.
Thank you. And we got the waitress's number. Okay. So now, Catherine, let's thank you for letting me practice this with you for the team, because now I'm going to actually show you how the call would go when I call you back. Okay. So let's say it's tomorrow after 6 o'clock. Okay. Here we go. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hi, Catherine. This is Jared. We met yesterday at PF Chang's. How did the rest of your day go?
It went pretty good.
Okay, cool. Well, when we spoke last, I told you I would get you some information about our company. Do you have a pen and paper handy?
I can get one. Yes, I do, right here.
Okay, great. So, Catherine, I just need to ask you some questions from a script, okay? I already know some of these things. The first one's, what do you do for a living? You told me yesterday you work for a mental health company, and you've been doing that since 1998. So that's almost 20 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then what you like about it is helping the clients, the patients, and you dislike the control of the company and how they treat you. Catherine, are you thinking of replacing your current income or just supplementing it?
Eventually I would like to replace it, but at this point I would supplement.
Supplement. Okay. Are you married? Do you have kids?
My only kids are my dogs and cats. No, I'm not married.
Okay. Got it. So I want to pause here for everybody on the webinar. You see how I recapped it. So if you know some of these answers, then you can just recap it and then go into the next question. Okay, so I got it. Now let's go to the next part of the questions. Catherine, what level of income are you accustomed to, and what kind of income are you looking to generate in the next 12 months?
Well, do you want my real income? I'll give you a fake income because I don't feel comfortable.
That's fine. Just that's totally fine. But your prospect would probably give you what's really going on with them. Okay, so go ahead.
Right. I'm accustomed to $45,000 a year.
Okay. And what level of income would you be looking to generate in the next 12 months?
Part-time, I would like to make, say, a quarter of that.
Okay, so an extra $10,000 a year, about $10,000 to $12,000 a year.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay. Well, Catherine, our company, we have quite a standard for the people that we're looking for. And there's a lot of work on our part in establishing somebody with our company and getting them trained and off to a good start. So we're looking for people who are team players, self-motivated, and dependable. Do you feel you have these qualities?
Yes, I do.
Okay, great. Let me tell you about the company that I work with. We're actually a 23-year-old company. We did $731 million in revenue last year. We're currently doing business in 20 countries, just to name a few. We're in Australia, Japan, Mexico, Canada, and the US. We have tens of thousands of satisfied clients all over the world, and because of their satisfaction, they refer business to us on a monthly basis. We're currently debt-free, publicly traded on the New York Stock Exchange, and we've been featured in a number of publications. Catherine, are you familiar with Business Week or Forbes magazine?
I'm familiar with them, but I never have read them.
Okay, no problem. So we've actually been featured in those publications. We were founded by Myron Wentz, and the name of our company is USANA. Have you ever heard of us?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Okay, great. Well, the next step is to send you a 10-minute YouTube video to make sure you get the information. What's the best email for me to send this to, Catherine?
Lord_Catherine@yahoo.com.
Okay, got it. Okay, can you hold on real quick? I'm sending this right now.
Sure.
Okay, so now at that moment, I am sending the email immediately. And here's the email I send. Here's a screenshot of it. Okay, now if you notice the email, you see how I have my picture and it's really professional? I want to challenge each one of you that's watching this training to go figure out how to do that in your email program. And put a professional picture of you and put your name, put USANA Health Sciences, your website, your Facebook link. Do exactly like mine. If you don't have Twitter, then take out Twitter. But make it look this good because your first impression counts on your email. And so this is what I would send you, Catherine, okay? But I would just put your name in there. And let's zoom in on what it says. Oh, for some reason, it's not showing me. It's not allowing me to zoom it in. Okay, so I'll just talk it through here. Hi, Catherine. It was nice talking with you. Here's the 10-minute video to watch, and there's the link. And here are the financials of what people can make working with us part-time or full-time, and there's a link. I am currently at the builder status and being mentored by an executive Ruby director. Talk to you soon, Jared. Okay, so you are being mentored by an executive Ruby director if you're watching this webinar, because that would be myself. If you're working with my parents, they're executive gold directors, which is definitely just as good. And you want to insert your status as well, so they know kind of where you're at on your progression, if you're a part-time or full-time status. Now, this email is very, very professional. And Catherine, if you got an email like this from me,
it looks nice. It really does.
Right, you'd feel like I was professional, right? Not like I was some salesman, or you know what I'm saying? Like I'm actually interviewing. Okay, so now I've already challenged you to figure out how to add a professional pic to your signature. You know, this is, again, I want to really stress that you guys figure that out. Okay, now let's go to page 6. Catherine, did you get the email?
I did get it.
Okay, can you click on the link and tell me if it opens for you?
Okay.
Now, just a side note, I'm asking you to do that, Catherine, so that to get you to look at it immediately. It's like right in front of you. So that's why you're asking them to click on the link. Okay. So it worked for you. Okay, great. Catherine, make sure you take really good notes, because on this video is the information that's going to explain how you can help people without being micromanaged by your employer, and at the same time get to that extra 10 to 12,000 a year that you're looking for.
Okay? That sounds great.
The person speaking on the video is Jordan Kemper. He's been with USANA for over 8 years. Last year, his business produced over $600,000 in revenue, and he's helped many people become successful, and he's very qualified to explain how this works.
How long has Jordan been in it?
8 years.
Oh, 8 years.
Okay. And Catherine, I just want to share my 30-second USANA story with you. I have been a USANA associate for the last 8 months, and I am building USANA to replace my income as a guitar teacher. And it's been a great experience for me.
Nice.
Okay. So this is my cell phone number. We're pre-screening a lot of people right now, and we're going to be making a decision really soon. So the sooner you can watch this 10-minute YouTube video, the better. Depending on your response to this info is going to determine whether or not we'll be able to work together and where you'd fit in on the team. If you're able to watch this right now, I can call you back in about 10 minutes and we'll see if it's a match and what your next step might be. Does that work for you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Talk to you soon.
Okay.
Okay, so Catherine, when I told you, just from a gut check, when I said make sure you take notes because this video is going to explain how you can help people without being micromanaged and get to that extra 10 to 12,000 a year that you're wanting. Did that increase your desire to watch the video?
Yes, it did.
Why did it?
Well, because it makes me feel like it's something that's going to be really important and I don't want to forget it. So if I take notes, it's going to reinforce what I'm watching.
Right. And it's all about your goals, right? You like helping people, you don't like being macromanaged, and you want to make 10 to 12K a year.
Yes.
So that's the main thing. Some of you have trouble getting your prospects to watch a video. And I'm going to suggest that when you use this script, you'll create their desire so big that they'll watch it for definite sure, because it's about their goals.
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference between a pro and an amateur. The pro is going to do it like this to make them really want to watch that video. Thank God Danny Johnson came into my life, because before this, you know how most people prospect? Here's how they do it. They meet somebody in public. Hey, I want to tell you I'm with USANA Health Sciences, and they're a really awesome company, and you should really look into it. What's your number? How can I get you this? Like, do you follow?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
There's no structure. Or they're scared because they don't know what to say. So they fumble,
Mm-hmm.
And then on the callback, it's like, okay, so this video, can you watch this video? And as a prospect, you're like, who are you, man? Why are you asking me if I can watch this video? Like, there's no posture, there's no structure, there's no, you know what I mean? There's so many people are struggling in prospecting because they don't have a system. So here it is for you. You guys that are on this webinar and watching this video, you have it all lined out here, and I tell you it works. But I've actually enrolled most of you using this. Okay, at least my personal recruits. But I want to encourage you all to take this real serious and go for it. The last thing is, do you see it at the bottom? It says script tip. Set an appointment and follow up with them. If using an online video, it needs to be within 10 minutes to a few hours. If they cannot watch it the same day, schedule the follow-up for the next day at the latest. There's no urgency in 2 to 3 days or a week. Okay, so in that case, Catherine, I'm shooting for 10 minutes, and that's how the script lines up. But let's say that you can't watch it in 10 minutes, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because you have to make dinner, or you're about to go meet your friend, and you just can't watch it till tomorrow, let's say, okay? So I'm going to retake it from the script here. Catherine, we're going to be making a decision real soon. The sooner you can watch this 10-minute YouTube video, the better. Depending on your response is going to determine whether or not we work together and where you'd fit in on the team. If you're able to watch this right now, I can call you in 10 minutes and we'll see if it's a match and what your next step might be. Would that work for you?
Actually, no. I have to go meet my mom. She has a doctor appointment.
Oh, okay. When's the soonest that you could watch it?
Well, she probably would get out of her doctor appointment in a couple of hours, so I could probably be home in a couple hours.
Okay, so right now it's 5 o'clock. So do you think by 8 o'clock you'd have watched it?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, so then I will call you at 8 o'clock.
Okay, thank you. I look forward to it.
Yes, me too. So you saw how I kind of, let you choose the time. And then I just said, okay, would that work? And you said yes, and so on. So that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what do I say after they watch the video? Now you're thinking, well, you know what? I did all the instructions, Jared. I got a prospect. I got their number. I called them the next day. I read them the script. They love it. They're ready to watch the video. They're watching the video. Now what am I going to do after they watch the video?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here's the ideal situation is introduce them to your mentor on a follow-up call. If you get somebody through the process this far, you want to bring on your mentor, which would be an achiever or above status. Okay, now
don't you mean a gold or above?
No, an achiever is just as good. If somebody's making $400 a week,
okay,
then they're qualified to do this. A builder, believer, share, like the beginning ranks, those people are who we want to support. We do not want to leave you out in the forest without somebody there to be your third party expert. It's very, very important, especially those beginning stages, that you bring in a third party. So when you do that call on the back end, they're expecting a call in 10 minutes. You're not ambushing them because this is more of a formal situation. This is somebody you met in public. This isn't like a friend, or a family member. This is someone you met. So I call you back. Okay. Ring, ring. Catherine.
Hello, Jared.
Hey, I want you to meet my business partner, Randy Crebs. He's really respected in the company. I'm very lucky to be working with him. Randy, are you there? And I'm not sure if my dad's able to be on the line right this second, or mom, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. Catherine, I would like you to meet my business partner, Viola Krebs. She's very well respected in the company. I'm really lucky to be working with her. Viola, are you there?
I am here.
Okay. So
Hi, Viola.
Viola, I'd like you to meet Catherine. I
Hi,
met
Catherine. Nice to meet you.
Nice
her
to
at
meet you too.
things, and I told you a little bit about her job background. And then Mom, of course, as the expert, you would be forming Catherine for a minute, sharing your story, edifying me, and then continuing with the closing questions. Now, we're not going to role play this. We'll do this on another call or another webinar. But the mentor is going to use the closing form, which is the form we use at all of our mixers, where you ask the prospect, what did you like about what you saw? Tell me more about that. What are 3 areas of your health you want to improve? And then where are you on a scale of 1 to 10? If you don't have the closing form, you can go to that link, closingform.teamusi.info, and go through the closing process. And that leads your prospect to the next step, which would either be to meet with you live face-to-face at a mixer, or the next step might be for them to meet you at a Starbucks. Or it might just be for you to work over the phone and internet. So whatever that next step is, the closing form is going to take you there. Okay, so you just got to bring in your mentor and have them help you on the close. So if you're achiever or above, meaning if you're making $400 a week, then you can use the closing form alone. If you're builder or below, get your mentor on the line for the close. Make sure you do this. It's very important. And if you're builder or below and you don't have somebody, call myself or my parents, and we will be your third-party expert. Okay, don't feel alone. We're a team. We're a family. And if you get somebody through this process, we're going to support you to become that expert that we know you can be.
All right.
Okay, so you don't have to be good to get started. I want to repeat that. I was so bad at this 10 years ago. None of you really, except my mom and dad, they remember me 10 years ago. They could tell you some stories. But I was definitely not smooth at this. I was rough. I was, the ugly duckling at this. But over the years, I kept at it. I got started. I kept meeting people. I kept forming people. I memorized the script, and I got very smooth at it. So you have to get started and stay at it to become good at it. Okay? So I want to thank you for watching this training, and I look forward to hearing about all your success, working with the people you meet in public, helping them start their USANA business, having a lot of fun doing it, increasing your income, and following a simple system.